In the grand theater of nature, there are no villains, only players, each performing their part under the stern direction of survival. Among the most skilled performers is the leopard, Panthera pardus, a creature I have always regarded with a peculiar mix of admiration and caution. For the leopard is not just a predator, it is a master of stealth, a night-walking shadow, and at times a character with rather dramatic choices of prey, including, curiously, the domestic dog. Leopards are smaller than lions and less social than hyenas, but they make up for it with a repertoire of remarkable abilities. With their dappled coats blending perfectly into forests, grasslands, or rocky hills, they slip through the landscape almost invisibly. Despite weighing less than their big cat cousins, the leopard can sprint at nearly 36 miles per hour and is capable of leaping a staggering 19 feet in a single bound. A skill I've seen them employ not only for catching prey but also for vanishing from the scene, like a guilty thief. Their ability to climb trees, and not just clamber but scale with the elegance of a gymnast, gives them a unique advantage. A leopard dragging a freshly killed impala up a tree, casually out of reach of hyenas and lions, is a sight that never fails to make me grin at nature's ingenuity. But, as is often the case when human expansion collides with wilderness, the leopard's story is no longer limited to the savanna or the forest. Across India, in the shadows of villages and farms, leopards have adapted with unsettling ease to the human-dominated landscape. Here, dogs, faithful, unsuspecting companions of humans, have inadvertently become part of the leopard's expanded menu. Between 2015 and 2020, over 500 leopard attacks on domestic dogs were documented in India alone, Wildlife Institute of India 2021, a statistic that, though distressing, is hardly surprising. As wild prey becomes scarce, leopards, ever the opportunists, turn to the next available meal. Their methods, honed over millennia, remain unchanged whether the target is a gazelle or a garden dog. Leopards prefer the cover of night, when even the sharpest-eyed watchdog is more concerned with chasing dreams than guarding territory. In Maharashtra state, studies revealed that up to 70% of dog attacks occurred after sunset. Under the indifferent gaze of the stars, a leopard will slink through hedges and broken fences as silent as a breeze, until, with a short burst of speed and a single devastating bite, up to 350 psi of bone-cracking power, the hunt ends as quickly as it began. For the dogs, the odds are rarely in their favor. The average domestic dog, even the more muscular breeds, possesses a significantly weaker bite force, somewhere around 230-250 psi, and lacks the leopard's killing finesse. In many rural areas, people awaken not to barking but to silence, only to discover that their loyal sentinel has vanished in the night, leaving behind little more than paw prints and puzzled human. Yet nature, ever fond of surprises, sometimes lets the underdog, quite literally, prevail. There are on rare occasions accounts of domestic dogs resisting and even fending off leopards. I remember reading of a pit bull in South Africa who, in a display of sheer tenacity, defended his human family from a leopard for half an hour until help arrived. Such incidents, while remarkable, are not entirely implausible. Dogs, especially guarding breeds like Rottweilers, Dogo Argentinos, or Boer Boils, possess not only physical strength, but an almost foolish or admirable, depending on one's view, willingness to risk everything for their human companion. Leopards, for all their prowess, are not invincible. Their hunting strategy hinges on surprise. When faced with unexpected resistance, especially from dogs that refuse to cower, they sometimes abandon the hunt altogether. Videos exist, much to the surprise of both villagers and researchers, showing leopards visibly startled by a dog's ferocious counterattack, resulting in an undignified retreat. Of course, such victories come at a cost. Most dogs, even if they escape, bear the scars of these encounters, both physical and psychological. What makes these stories all the more poignant is the leopard's changing relationship with humans. Once a ghost of the forest, it is now often a prowler of villages, pushed by habitat loss, prey scarcity, and human negligence. The conflict is not the leopard's fault, nor the dog's. It is the inevitable outcome when two species, once separated by wild borders, now share the same nocturnal trails. The most unsettling element is that this adaptation may be permanent. Leopards, much like foxes or crows, learn quickly. Young leopards raised near human settlements come to see dogs as not just acceptable prey, but reliable prey. This behavioral shift, noted by conservationists, means that encounters between leopards and domestic dogs may become increasingly common as wild spaces shrink further. National Geographic 2022. Yet one cannot help but marvel, and perhaps, like me, smile with uneasy respect at the leopard's unyielding capacity to adapt. It is neither hero nor villain, merely a creature performing its part with efficiency and, dare I say, style. And the dog? Brave, stubborn, fiercely loyal to the last. Between them they weave a story of wild instinct, conflict and survival, a story older than our species, yet still playing out under the very streetlights we install at the edge of the wilderness.